An aging dam right now is safe, but coming up, hear from the mayor who says if this does not become more of a priority for the city, should a major thing happen, it could become a major problem.
With heavy rain forecasted here in the Cumberland Valley, local leaders are keeping an eye on the water levels and planning for the worst case scenario. I'll have those details coming up.
Our severe weather alert day continues as heavy rain falls tonight. It continues into your Thursday. I'll have more on this messy week right now at 6.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
More heavy rain, as you can see, is moving across parts of the region this evening, leading to concerns of more serious flooding overnight. WYMT's Paige Noel begins our severe weather alert day coverage at 6. Paige?
Steve, yes, we are seeing that heavy rain continuing to be in areas that definitely don't need to see any more rain, but more is expected tonight and through tomorrow. We're going to take you up to radar where you're seeing just some pockets of heavy rain, those yellows moving through. Once again, those areas that really don't need it, parts into the Cumberland Valley. And as we zoom in on that, you're seeing some pockets of heavier rain, those yellow bands moving into parts of Whitley, Knox County. Looks like Bell County's getting a little bit of a break, but more is expected for tonight. Heavier rain now moving into parts of Pike County. I know they've only seen about an inch of rain, but still heavier rain falling, localized flooding possible for a lot of us as we head into tonight. So overall, those rainfall totals over the past 48 hours already at 2 inches in Barberville, one of the areas I know we're keeping a pretty close eye on. McKee's close to about 2, 1.5 inches for a lot of us, and over that you see about just an inch over into Paintsville. So another 1, 2 to even close to 3 inches possible. This is the GFS showing that a lot of us seeing that 1 to 2. However, the NAM shows that 2 to 3 strong, especially down into parts of the Cumberland Valley, and that's the area we'll continue to keep a close eye on tonight. And as we head into tomorrow, more snow could be expected by the time we get into tomorrow as well. So Steve will continue to track this kind of heavier rain that continues to fall through our area coming up in just a few short minutes.
All right, Paige, thank you. As the Cumberland Valley continues to be hit by rounds of rain, there is concern that major flooding could return to the mountains, especially with this flood watch in effect. WYMT's Connor James was in Bell County earlier, where crews are preparing for the most severe scenario.
The floodgates guarding the city of Pineville remain open as the threat of flooding and the water rises.
Yeah, so we're predicted to come close to flood stage. And so I've been out this morning just checking to see where the local creeks and streams are.
Ben Barnett is Bell County's emergency management director. It's not the city of Pineville he's worried about at the moment. The places that see flooding first are where his attention is now focused.
Those low-lying areas that get flooded by the river and by their creeks, especially when the river backs up, those will definitely be a concern, and I'd say a lot of those areas will get water.
For the low-lying areas to see flooding, water levels have to begin to exceed about 20 feet above the Cumberland River's normal levels. On a good day, this river typically sits at 970 feet. Let's use this field in Bell County, for example, that's across from the Cumberland River. 20 to 30 feet would definitely cause some flooding, but 2 years ago, nearly 50 feet of water flooded the Cumberland River. This shelter you see behind me, you could really only see the roof. Essentially, this entire field was completely underwater. This is video of that day back in 2018. Water levels then hit nearly 1,020 feet.
So, you know, if we get on the higher end of what they're predicting, then we could have some flood issues.
What worries Barnett is that the ground is already saturated, meaning the water is puddling on the surface and the river is already above normal levels.
It seems to be flowing. It's actually higher than I anticipated it would be. You know, and you don't want to start out a big rain already a little bit high. So that's a little bit concerning.
And with more rainfall anticipated, there's a renewed focus on those water levels. In Bell County, Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
We are told the city of Pineville did just check the floodgates last week and are ready to use them if it comes to that. Hopefully it won't. In Knox County, deputies say they found $35,000 worth of equipment in a stolen trailer. Archie Knuckles and Taylor Kovacic were arrested after a stolen trailer from Virginia was reported at Lewis Recycling in Flat Lick. Deputies say they were trying to sell the equipment. The employees stalled them until officers arrived. Both men are being held in the Knox County Detention Center. A hazard man is behind bars after police say they found drugs in his home. Troopers with Kentucky State Police arrested Jeffrey Olinger Monday after a search revealed meth, heroin, and a handgun. KSP charged him with trafficking, possession of paraphernalia, menacing, and resisting arrest. Olinger is being held at the Kentucky River Regional Jail. The city of Jenkins in Letcher County is protected by a century-old dam. Built by a coal company when the city was founded in 1912, it's beginning to show its age. WYMT's Will Puckett talked to the mayor about a small leak and their concerns.
As water spills over the causeway, the city of Jenkins rests quietly below.
If you know what's going to happen, it's not serious, and if you don't know it's coming, it's a 10.
At 108 years old, this dam is beginning to show its age.
Well, over the years, it developed a leak, coming through, and we've been monitoring it.
This stone and rebar wall is the only thing protecting Jenkins from the water of Elkhorn Lake.
If it were to start leaking and turn into something that, a lot of water comes this way, most everything is below the dam.
So now plans being made should this problem get worse.
It's got to be addressed. Something's got to be done, and that's what we're working on right now.
While the process is started, the price tag is not cheap. This could cost the small town as much as $3.5 million.
To grout the dam, fix the leak, and resurface the face of it and get it back into shape that it needs to be in.
But it could be a small price to pay to make this last another 100 years. In Jenkins, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, DePriest wants to stress there is no immediate danger and the situation is not made any worse by more rain. Today, we learned when a woman charged in a deadly Leslie County DUI crash will be back in court. Alyssa Noble is back in jail and will appear in court again March 4th. She faces murder, assault, and DUI charges in connection with a 2017 crash that killed Paige Hayes and injured another woman. Noble was out on home incarceration until last week when police say they found her high inside a pharmacy. She is also accused of trying to cheat on a drug test. Also in Leslie County, a trial date is set for a man charged with murder. Police say Dustin Stidham killed Paige Murphy in 2018. It took police several days to find him. Stidham's trial is set for July 21st. A big step for economic development in Harlan County. State officials granted them certification for their Build Ready site in Cumberland. Last spring, they broke ground on the project. This is a picture of what it looks like today. Judge Executive Dan Mosley says the area can house a facility of 50 to 100,000 square feet. State officials will help them promote the site. A local law firm issued a bounty today for 2 missing mannequins. The mannequins pictured here used to sit on top of Eric C. Kahn's billboard in Floyd County. Pillersdorf, DeRosset, and Lane law firms say they disappeared from a storage building and that local music star Tyler Childers may use them in an upcoming music video if they're found. The law firm is offering a $500 reward for the mannequins. Anyone who knows where they are is asked to call the law office. Happening now in the city of Martin, community leaders have gathered to discuss water and other issues in the Floyd County town. Just last week, many businesses and people were concerned when a line break left folks without water. Business owners organized tonight's meeting. WYMT's Emily Bennett is at that discussion with a preview of what we can expect to be discussed.
The community of Martin is gathering here at Fat Boys to voice their concerns for their town after water line breaks left many restaurants and businesses next to the Renaissance Learning Center without water for days. Business owners say lack of communication and temporary solutions from city officials are making things harder on the area. They are tired of asking officials for forgiveness and not finding solutions to their problems. Water problems have plagued the town for years. Last year, the new Renaissance Learning Center was not usable because of water pressure problems. The Army Corps of Engineers were responsible for the repairs.
We want to get the uproar of, that we're not going away and that, there's people still here that sees this city as something that can be something.
Now, the water problems are just one of the issues being discussed tonight. The Army Corps of Engineers is here to take questions. In Floyd County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Emily, thank you. Tonight at 11, we will break down the main concerns more in depth, and we hope to tell you what officials with the Corps had to say. It is a prevalent problem in the mouths of many Eastern Kentuckians, oral cancer. A $1 million grant through the United Health Foundation is trying to change that. In 2018, the project was created with the goal of serving people in Harlan, Letcher, and Pike counties. I sat down recently with officials for the UK College of Dentistry who say there is one group they are targeting specifically.
We're hoping with this grant, we're doing work in schools and in colleges, and we're really hoping to get the message out about tobacco, and people know about the dangers of tobacco, but we really want to try to create some champions.
Through the project, they have hosted many free screenings for people to participate in. For more information on the project and oral cancer, just tune in to Issues and Answers Monday night at 7 here on WYMT.
And we got flood watches and flash flood watches tonight. That goes through Thursday. Heavy rain is expected for a lot of us here in the mountains. I'll have more details on that coming up.
Plus, we take a closer look at Governor Andy Beshear's 2-year spending plan, as he says it will be education first.
When you